Okay, so if you really belong to Christ, go for the good fruit. God's wrath is revealed against all these evil things, and we have to take them serious. And so go for the good fruit, fight the good fight, fight against sin, hate sin. That is majorly important. Christ had to die, he had to go to the cross and pay for those who believe in him. That was the only way for their salvation, because only he was without sin, so he could die instead of those who believe in him. And God does take sin very serious. And it is an evil thing, it's rebellion against God, and it's also stupid. So people, because what Christ has done, if you believe in him, away with this evil, whatever it is, and you will be happy and you will have good fruit. And the other way around is not working. You can't work yourself into salvation. That's just not possible. You can't say, okay, I did sin, now I change myself, I will be better. If you don't have Christ, if you don't trust in him, you will have to pay for your sin, because how do you want to erase your sin before God? Only the blood of Christ, who was shed for those who believe in him, will ever erase the sin. And God says, I don't want to remember the sin anymore. It's written in the book of Romans, which I highly, highly, highly recommend to everybody, especially my brothers and sisters. Well, now let's turn to something particular. Well, I wanted to call the message Sex Sells, but it would be even more accurate to say evil sex sells and spoils fruit. Yeah, I want to remind everybody who's awake and listening to the fact that only God's way is pure and has good fruit, and God has the right, and he demands that people turn away from these evil things, because life is destroyed, people are destroyed, and God doesn't receive the honor that he should get as creator, as the one who really knows what things are made for. Well, there's so much temptation, so many firms who just in an evil way use sex and pictures and advertising to raise money. So there we have two false gods, the evil sex industry, and also the mammon, the god of money, who's more important than purity. But we have to flee from both of them, and we can also enjoy the real sex. We can enjoy the relationship based on the heart. We care for the heart, for the soul, and the body. We also don't forget the body, as many people have also done, even people who called themselves Christians, or were just not wise to see that we are created body and soul and mind. It all belongs together, and we can learn a lot from the Bible, what healthy love is. And the Song of Songs is a very beautiful book, and you can see these people enjoying their body, giving thanks, and it all comes from the heart. They have a loving heart. They truly love each other, and they're not just lusting and mentioning some body parts, and don't take care of the heart. No, they are in harmony. They are one. They are even in harmony with nature. Yeah, but not in a superstitious way, not in a spiritistic way that they would be like one with nature. Yeah, but in a natural way, in a godly way, in a way that God made this earth. They are also in nature. They enjoy the nature, and they enjoy to be together. And of course, they are not only in nature. They also enjoy their homes, and have to go for the real thing, and we don't have time to serve two gods here. We can't serve, we can't, the real thing will spoil if we have a loving relationship, and especially a partner. We can't simultaneously flirt with these evil things and at the same time say to our partner we love him 100%. And because we do love, because we have a regenerate heart, we should go for the 100% and aim and keep on fighting and defending this 100%. And it looks to me that some people have even given up the strive for purity because they think, oh yeah, it's not possible or something. But the Word of God says sin will not reign over you. And even if there's something in our lives that we have been falling again and again and again, the Word of God says we don't have to sin again and again and again and again. So the motivation should be that God truly gives the power, He gives the motivation. It's good to think of the good fruit that we have. Even Jesus, when He went to the cross, did it because of the good things that were ahead of Him. So it is not unspiritual to enjoy the good fruit that God has given, and to enjoy the gain, the profit you have when you obey God. This motivation goes together with other motivations, so such as the love that we have. We want to please God, we want to please the people we love. But that's not contradictory, that's not we shouldn't fall into the trap of making a false dilemma here, that you can only be very spiritual and on the other hand you can only enjoy physical things. No, both belongs together, and all our lives should be a service, and we should, as the Apostle Peter says, all our lives should be service, and the expression service in the Bible is only used for our whole life. And this Old Testament service does not exist in the Bible anymore in the New Testament, in the New Covenant. And we should think about that. If we say we go to service, I mean, our whole life is a service, everything, also the physical things we do. We all want to do it from our heart, with a loving heart, because we have the love in our heart. We can't pump it up. We don't have to pump it up. God put it there. And if you listen and you see that you don't have that love, maybe you are lost and you still need God to save you and to regenerate your heart. And you can cry to Him if He might save you. And we don't have a right to be saved. I mean, the unregenerate man doesn't have the right. I, as a Christian, I can say God saved me and I thank Him, not because I had any right to be an heir out of my own efforts.